Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Daweed, the gardener, and welcome to my page. I started this page probably almost a month ago, and I've yet to do a proper garden tour. So I figure now is the time here. So this is my official spring/summer garden tour. All right. So to start it off, I have right in front of me, I have two rows, in-ground rows. I have five in-ground beds with borders. I have one, two, three. I have three raised beds. Both of them, or all three, are 6 feet in length. One is 2 feet wide. The others are 4 feet wide. And then I have, I don't know, miniature raised beds, which you'll see in the video, and I'll point them out. I don't know how to describe them. They're metal beds, but they're really small. All right. And I have also a pollinator garden. I called it Yahuwah's garden. This flower bed. And then I have flower beds here and there. So I'll point them out as we start or as we go. So here is the in-ground rows I got here. So right there, that row back there, that's all okra. That is I think it's called I want to say Malibu, but it's not Malibu okra. What's the name of that okra? Uh I can't think, the name slipped me right now, but it begins with an M. Why can I think of the name of that okra? But there it is right there. It's gonna come to me later on the video. Uh, right there is one of my mini watermelons. Right there, that is the Kamada cream watermelon. This row here, which I have the protective covering over. A month ago, I planted some striped beans, about 45 or so, and only, I don't know if you can see it through there, but only three came up. That's one, and one is here, and then one on the other end. So today is Tuesday. I believe it was Saturday past. Because it's been a month ago, right? So Saturday passed, in the holes that I'd previously planted striped beans, I planted purple hub peas. So that was Saturday. So hopefully they come up. So that's what that is. Um, you know what? I believe that okra is jambalaya. So it's not it doesn't start with an M, start with a J. It's jambalaya okra. I know it has something to do with Louisiana. I kept thinking that, but the reason why I didn't want to say anything because I actually have some okra I'm going to show you later. That's Louisiana okra. I'll show you that later. All right. So we're going to mosey on over here, and these are my potatoes right here. They look so good, y'all. I decided to do something different this year. Last year I had planted red potatoes. This year I planted this it's called German butterball. And I seen on YouTube, I stay on YouTube, where the people had planted potatoes in containers. I did it last year in a grow bag, but this year I planted in, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's cardboard boxes. So it's two of them. The smallest bag of seed potatoes I ordered was 5 pounds. I didn't realize it was gonna be that many, so I had to have two boxes. So that's that. Those are some knockout pink roses there. Back in 2020, my during the quarantine, that's when I started gardening. But I wasn't planting edible plants, food. I was planting flowers. So I was planting roses and gardenias. So this was the perfect time to do this video because they just started blooming probably like 3 days ago. Yes, man. If you guys don't have any gardenias, y'all should get them. They smell so good. So yeah, I have a lot of them here in the back. Different gardenias here, blooming. Wish I could smell them. Can you smell them? All right. So these are my strawberries here. I got a whole backstory in them. I'll do that in a later video. But yeah, these are my strawberries. Um, you ever heard of Captain Saver? HOE. So I was Captain Save some some time. I bought some time that was about dead. Still look like it's about dead. It don't look like it's changed any much. And I bought it like 30 days ago, a month ago, and it still looks a little like it's alive a little bit. I don't know, but there it is. And I'm in the process of harvesting onions. So these are the few that I've harvested already. Onions here. At times I could be a compulsive buyer, so I purchased some mint that I didn't need per se, and what made me buy it was because it was flavored. So you have, let's see if we can get closer. Here you have strawberry mint. This one is apple. This one is chocolate, and this one is orange. Now, down there was supposed to be the pineapple one. You see, I got sage, and then I have thyme. What had happened was the pineapple mint, man, they don't like the heat. So one died, and then like 2 weeks later, the other one died. So that's what happened with the pineapple mint. So I got right here some rosemary. I don't know what to do, and I didn't start it from seed. I bought that rosemary. I'm hearing rosemary hard to start from seed. That's some leeks I started from seed, but they ain't did nothing. They just dead. All right. And if you haven't seen my video on sweet potatoes, go look at it. But these are the sweet potatoes. They're in the process of being hardening off. Um, Day temperatures are nice, but the night temperatures are still not where I want them to be. So I'm not going to plant these out until probably this weekend, where the 10-day forecast, the last of the 10 days, like the 4 or 5 days, is saying that the night temperatures will be in the 60s. So that's when I'll plant them out. And that's some zinnias right here. I'll tell you about them in a little bit. And like I said, I'm a compulsive buyer, so I bought this rose bush. I gotta find out what I'm gonna do with it. And my lavender is hanging on for dear life that I bought right there. Also compulsive buy here. These are corbels, man. I just love purple, so gotta find out what I want to do with them. Man, I'll buy stuff and then later on find out, oh, it don't take full sun, partial shade, da da da. So I gotta find out what I'm gonna do with them. All right. Hey, if anybody can help me with my dahlias, man, the aphids been treating my dahlias like brassicas, man. They've been nibbling and biting on my dahlias that I planted from tubers. I'm about to say seed, but dahlias are tubers. They growing beautifully, but they got all the nicks and stuff in them from the aphids. I thought it was the birds at first. That's why I put this cover over it. But nah, I think it's the aphids. So I spray them with some neem oil. Hopefully they'll survive and make it to adulthood. This is right here. We're in my pollinated garden, Yahuwah's garden. And initially last year I had nothing but annuals in here. Marigolds, as you can see there, and sunflowers and zinnias. But this year, as I'm gonna show you, I have a lot of perennials flowers in here as well. Hope I can name all of them. Right here I didn't name these, but that is lemon. Let's see. This is bee balm here. These two, lemon balm. That is cat mitt, not to be confused with catnip. And these two are butterfly bushes right here. These two. There's a story about them why I have those there. I didn't realize that these were kind of like big, and I didn't want them in the flower bed so big and blocking out, the sun from other things. So I'm gonna extend my flower bed and put them in at a later date. These are zinnias, man. My zinnias, man, they've been struggling this year. You could see probably about 8 right now, but I know I planted like 20. So over half of them had died. That's why the other zinnias back there earlier, I replanted some, like 7. So hopefully I can put them out here and then they'll live. So right here, this is a butterfly bush as well, but this is a dwarf one. So this is I have in the flower bed, and I got it in a container. See, this is what I was trying to talk about. This is a raised bed too, but it's like a small one right here. And I got a lot of these throughout my disc grow bags throughout the garden. All right. So you can see there's a lot of sunflowers in here. As you can see, some of them coming up. Those are lemon queen sunflowers. Right here, this one and that one are Mexican sunflowers. I think that one in the back is one too. That one in the back was direct sowed, and those two, this one and that one, I started indoors. This right here you're looking at is a Rudbeckia. Um, Different. This also is a Rudbeckia. This one here is I think they call it Black Eyed Susan, and this Rudbeckia here. I forget the name of it, but it has like fall colors. All right. More sunflowers. Okay. And these are cornflowers here, or they're called purple cornflowers, or it's another name for it too. I can't think of it right now. Begin with an E. Anyway, but that's them there. And they're supposed to get like that. But I wanted some that bloom. So what I did, let me show you. I started some from seed. So if you see the little ones, those are the ones I started from seed. Then I purchased these from a local nursery. Then I went to another nursery and purchased these. Still the same for echinacea. That's the name of it. Echinaceas, but they're bloom. So echinaceas right there. Those are asters. Where they at? If y'all can see it right there, asters. Funny with this one, I believe I used some soil and it had a collard green seed in it. So this is a big old collard green growing in the midst of the aster. I don't want to get it just yet. It should be harvesting it because it's big. And I guess the aphids ain't found it because there's barely any aphid bites on it. All right, moving up. This is a salvia. This is called a spilling salvia, one of first of its kind. And it used, you have to hang it. So that's why it's hanging like this. I can't wait. Um, the There's some ants. There's a bunch of ants over there. Okay, the butterflies and the hummingbirds love the salvia, and they love the butterfly bush over there. And that's a hummingbird feeder. I just seen this one hummingbird. He comes all the time, or she. It come all the time. All right, so we're gonna mosey on this side. More gardenias. We got a rose bush over there. Gardenia in the back in bloom. All right, this right here is a milkweed, common milkweed. I planted it from seed last year and it didn't do anything. And then this year it just took off. But all of a sudden, I'm seeing the yellowing of leaves. So I added some magnesium first, Epsom salt, and then I came back and added some iron. So we'll see if that fixed that coloring of leaves here. So now we're moving on to what I call Tomato Alley. I got 2 tomatoes here in cages, and these are determinate variety Romas. And at the bottom, I have some of everything going on. That's a sweet alyssum, which attracts like excuse me. It attracts wasps that will get rid of the insects that attack tomatoes. Same over here. Okay. And back here, I have 2 indeterminate tomatoes. Um, One is a Jersey Devil, and the other is Amish Paste. All right. And then if you see back there, let's see, that is a Borac. I think I'm saying it right. Borage. I think it's Borage. And then that's basil. And then I got mint going on and different things to keep the insects away. My nasturtiums are looking pretty good right here. The nasturtiums, first time ever successfully growing nasturtiums. I've been trying to grow these jokers for like 2 years. First time growing nasturtiums. All right. These are my calendulas right here. And this sunflower coming up right there. All right. Moving on, I have some peppers. Now this pepper ain't doing nothing. That's the same size it was 4 months ago. And it's still the same size. And that's a basil in there with it. That's a pepper there that's trying to grow. These are all bell peppers. I want to say California Wonders. That's one there. And this master plant here, this is my squash. Man, look at all the squash. Y'all see the squashes down there? Man, look, this is the most squashes I ever had to grow on the plant. And next to it is my zucchini. Now I have squash zucchini growing elsewhere. These are just the ones that are in containers here. All right, let's mosey on to the collard greens. Look at these collard greens going to seed and everything else. So man, there's a backstory with this. So I had started collard greens from seed last fall, and they wasn't doing anything. They stayed like an inch tall, if that. They weren't doing anything. So I went out and bought 6 from the big box store. Right, this was back in September. So I wound up harvesting 3 different times off of the 6 that I purchased from the big box store. And the last harvest was sometime like the end of February. And I guess the collard greens that I planted, they was dormant. They said, okay, now we'll start growing. So man, they just took off. And I know here in this Georgia Zone 8, we had what's called a false spring, right? And that's around the time when they all started just bolting. So I said, you know what? I'll just let it go to seed, let the insects come in, and this will be like my trap crop, you know. But I hope they don't mess with that's what they call a dinosaur kale right there coming in. But let me show you two of them that has not bolted yet. I've been harvesting off them like crazy. This one here, I mean, this is one plant, y'all, right here. And I'm sad because I don't recall which collard greens it was. I planted like three. I planted Georgia, what they call it, Georgia Southern, Morris Head, and Champions. And I'm inclined to say these must be the champions, man, because they is showing out. It's like I'll harvest them, and then 2 weeks later they back like this again. No lie, no cap. And it's another collard green right back here that hasn't gone to seed. All the rest pretty much have gone to seed. Oh man, my garlic, my garlic, my garlic. I screwed up, y'all. So when I planted the collard greens, first of all, this is called companion planting. This I think is the reason why my collard greens don't look ate up because last year the aphids destroyed my collard greens, but I didn't protect them with anything. This year by default, I planted garlic in with the greens. But what I should have done, could have, would have done, I should have planted the garlic in front of the greens. Because what had happened was the collard greens shaded my garlic. And so as you can see, but I did get some what they call I forgot what they call it again, but they only grow on the hard neck garlic. And it's like 3 weeks before harvest. So I removed them already. All right. So now we're gonna we can move on. Right here is some more gardenias. These are August Beauty gardenias. They bloom a little later than the other ones I have, but man, these blooms are big too. They just don't smell as prolific or strong as the other ones. And then these are all of my knockout roses there that I have. All right. So now we're gonna move out to what I like to call the North Field. These are my in-ground beds. We'll start with over here with the blueberries. So yeah, man, I was so mad about these blueberries. So what had happened was we had that fall spring, and my blueberries, man, they had flowers all on them, right? And then y'all know afterwards we had like frost, like 2 nights of frost and all that, and I didn't even think to protect them, man, at all. With nothing, and I lost all the blueberries. These blueberries was filled with flowers, with blooms. So they got a little bit of blueberries on them now, and I'm trying to protect them from the birds because y'all know birds love blueberries. So this one here and that one, those are lemonade blueberries, and then the ones in the back are blue legacy. So my understanding, when you have blueberries, they gotta cross pollinate, and you want to have like at least four. I think two of one kind and then two of another kind. Make sure they have the ability to cross pollinate. All right, and then of course the fall spring I have blooms over here, and I lost pretty much my with my peaches. This is my peach tree. I mean, there's some peaches on here. I don't know if y'all can see them in there. I don't know if they're gonna do anything. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna become of those, but this is a peach tree, and I planted this from seed, y'all. This is 2026, and I planted this in either 2019 or 2020. I think 2020. And they don't bloom or produce fruit until like its fourth year, and even with that, you don't want to eat those. But it's only gave me peaches twice and nothing this year. All right. So the onions I showed y'all earlier, this is the bed I got them from here. As you can see, I still got some more. I had a good onion harvest, y'all. I mean, a great onion harvest. I was just surprised. So I'm waiting on these, what they say, they're next to break, so I can go ahead and harvest them. Okay. If you didn't see my earlier video, I harvested some beets earlier. They were right here and right over there, right there in the middle. That Swiss chard. It might be a couple of beets in there too, but I know for the most, though, that Swiss chard right there. All right. So right here we got some watermelon. What kind is this? Let me see. This is tender sweet watermelon right there. That's a sunflower, a miniature one. We got a couple of okras going on. And these okras are called Queen. Man, I gotta get my names right. I'm not prepared. Queen something. And this watermelon here is Moon and Star. I don't know what them spots is. I sprayed some fungi stuff on it earlier from Dr. Earth's earlier today. So yeah, this is a onion bed, but a lot of the onion okra bed, but a lot of okra didn't come up. So I have some companion planting going on. I got some marigolds up in here and some basil. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and replant the seeds for the okra. All right. And then we got a watermelon here. Let's see. This one, this is I call it yellow meat, yellow meat watermelon. Yes, sir. Moving on over here to this bed, more okra. Now I got three different types of okra going on over here. I got Star David, I got the crimson, and it's one called Louisiana something pond where the okra gets like no cap 15 inches long, right? Okay. So what you see in the covering, I planted some striped beans over here. So where I planted them last month and they didn't come up, I replanted some here and right here. Some striped beans. So hopefully they come up. And I got companion plant. Always companion plant, guys. These are my marigolds. All my marigolds I started from seed. All the marigolds you see here. For the exception of maybe like 4 in that flower bed. And that was only because I didn't plant as many orange ones as I thought I did. So I went out and bought 4 orange ones. But the other 70 I all started from seed. Moving on, this is my squash bed here. So I got all kind of stuff going on. This is my other zucchini is in ground. This is a summer squash here. A lot of squash coming up on that. All right. This is a dumpling squash. I was watching Broke Farmer and he planted this. So I was like, let me try it. It's a winter squash. And then these 4 here, also winter squashes. These are honey nut squash. They're part of the family, the what is it called? The butternut squash, but these are the sweeter ones, the honey nut squash. And so the reason why they call them winter squash is not because you plant them in the winter. They have a longer shelf life than your average summer squash. So you plant them around the same time. They just last longer into the winter time. That's why it's called winter squash. All right. Oh, back behind it, some more peppers here. One down there. Also got some borage going on here. And I have cucumbers. Well, this one here is the pickling, the Boston pickling cucumber. And then I have, I guess, I can't, English cucumber. This is not a pickling one, but that's what this is here. All right. Um, in a later video, I'm gonna be doing on me planting corn here. You can see is one there. Find out why is that in the next video. It's a funny story. And then we're gonna move over to the last bed here. And this is where the sweet potatoes that I showed y'all earlier, they're gonna be in here. So this is my first time doing sweet potatoes in container gardening. And I got 5, 2 back there and 3 here. Because it was suggested you should only plant 3 at the most, 4 slips per bag. So I averaged, most of these bags will have 4 slips. Okay, and this bed here is gonna be my smaller melons, my cantaloupe, my honeydew is going in this bed here. This is a type of melon, I can't think of the name of it, but it's something fancy I ordered from Rare Seeds Baker Creek. So it's growing. Um, Backstory with my melons, I started from seed like 9 different melons. All of them germinated, but when it came time to transplant, only like 3 of them well, 4, 5 of them didn't make it. So I got seeds in the house now, restarting watermelon or melons. So that's it for the garden tour. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, Back over there is a plum tree that I got from the orange store about 4 years ago. And last year, I can't think of the site, but I ordered bare root, another plum tree here. Can't think of the type, guys. I'm sorry. And way out there, it's a bare root peach tree that I didn't show you that I ordered as well. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like it, comment, and share, and stay tuned for the next video.